Moving on, though, because we are absolutely starstruck this morning over our first guest. Her face has graced television screens across the country as the outgoing and life of the party Lynn Ann Searcy on the long-running comedy series Girlfriends.
She has also starred as the charismatic and down-to-earth Abby Bennett Wilson on the supernatural teen drama Vampire Diaries. But behind her on-screen talents, actress Persia White has found her harmonic voice that's bringing a unique blend to the music industry. Listen in.
Spellbound
It is giving velvety. This morning we are joined by the talented, dynamic actress and singer Persia White. Welcome to New York Living, madam.
Hi, thank you.
What a treat for us.
Oh, a treat to be here.
Your voice is like butter.
It is. It is very smooth. Beautiful. It's, dare I say, a little Sade-esque.
Oh,
with kind of those
I
deep,
love
smooth, melodic harmonies. I love it. Okay, a lot to discuss here because, like we mentioned, talented actress and a lot of hits. Second album out. Congratulations on all of those fronts. But let's start at the beginning, perhaps. Girlfriends. So, we got to ask, any chance of a reboot? Right to the brass tacks here.
Right into the
right to it.
Like, I wish. We've all asked. But
Really?
Yeah, we've actually, because we've been asked this. It's kind of interesting. It's not really up to us. People think it's up to us. We're willing, but we need the powers that, you know, control the actual entity to say okay.
Are you all still really close?
Yes, we have a text chain called Girlfriendsy, and so we keep in touch.
Girlfriendsy. I love that. I love the little peek behind the curtain there.
That is really great.
Well, I think it should be up to you guys.
I know. I agree. I'm with you.
Let's make it happen.
We'll just make a vote. If anybody out there wants to vote.
We're in. We're in.
All right, well, you've said it now on live television. This is a manifestation. This is a place of manifestation. There's a sacred ground here.
Yes.
So I've been told. So we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
I sense it's happening. But you're also on another very popular
One of my
show,
faves.
the Vampire Diaries.
Yes.
And that is where I believe you met the love of your life.
Yes,
your husband.
I did.
Tell us about that.
Talk about that.
You know, we were just passing by. Ironically, we weren't working together as actors. We were on the same, the same grounds, the same sacred ground, so to speak. And yeah, it was just amazing. And we are collaborating, and now we're producing. So who knows? Maybe we'll be able to make some magic happen of our own.
Oh, and collaborating and producing
television and film. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about music? Is he into music also?
Actually, he worked with me on my album. He didn't know what he was going to do. I just said, hey, would you say this? Let's just get in the booth. Say that. He's like, well, okay. Yeah, it was really fun.
So you're really, really ridiculously good-looking couple and both multi-talented. That's great.
And the fact that you can work together. That's not every couple can do that.
No, I mean, I think it's hard when you are related. It gets heated sometimes because we both care, but that's actually what brought us together. Like, we just love, immediately we did a short called Revelation, and it was an idea that we just kept ping-ponging and worked on, and I was like, let's just do it. And yeah, so I think if you have the same love in the craft, then sometimes it's different. It actually pulled you together. There isn't just like a coincidence. It's what we both love to do. And we love to act, and we love to perform, but we also like to create magical worlds. I think that's why we love genre.
Okay,
great couple.
Very interesting perspective. Yeah, I know, really. You guys are like way up here. So back to the singing. When did you discover that that was another talent you had that you wanted to kind of explore in a more professional way?
Well, I was in a band before I even did Girlfriends, and then I turned down a few record deals so that I could pursue the acting because it's more solid. I know that sounds crazy, but it's actually a more like stable life than music, because music are just everywhere.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and then they let me write music on the show, and then I eventually did some producing of music for the show, so it was really fun. They like wove it in, and so I didn't really get to abandon it completely. It wasn't what I would do as a solo artist, but it was still fun to create for
So you always
character.
held on to it, kind
That's
of.
great.
Yeah.
And then you have a new album,
Yes.
Love Letters.
Love Letters.
Yeah, what was the inspiration? Was it the hubby?
I think the inspiration is love in general and sort of reaching past all of the darkness and pain in life that is thrown at us and reaching for light and love. And writing a love letter to someone that you love, that is your always forever, whether it's your younger self or someone that you care about, was sort of the mission behind it. And we have this love letter family of fans that, you know, it's never too late to write that love letter to someone.
No.
And that's what each song has, a story behind it. And sort of a love letter to a piece of myself or someone who I lost. And yeah, so it was a really emotional experience.
Oh, I love that. A
Wow.
love letter to yourself. That's very sweet.
So beautiful. Now, fun fact about the album, it is environmentally friendly. Please explain what that means. I mean, love
This
the
music
sound of it,
will
but
not destroy the world. No.
this music will not kill the ocean.
Yeah, it won't kill the ocean. It will. Actually, it's because I pressed the vinyl record on BioVinyl, which is a new product.
Oh,
and
wow.
it took a while, and it's really exciting because it's in the beta phase, so it's one of the world's first BioVinyl. So it's PVC free. It still sounds wonderful.
You wouldn't know the difference.
Looks like a record, yeah, and it's made from like starch and sugar, which is two of my favorite things. And
Well, same.
so I was like, well, this has got to work, you know, starch and sugar. No, but it's really great. So it has no plastics, and it's just really a beautiful thing to be a part of.
That is so amazing. But I'm sure your music is just as beautiful. What would you say is the difference between this new album, the music on this new album, compared to your very first one, Mecca?
I think it's really an emotional dive, much deeper. I think life just teaches you things, and whether you want it or not, it just teaches you.
Amen.
And after all the darkness, the pandemic, and all the things that we went through, it was kind of a reaching for light and going forward into this new chapter of life, and acknowledging all of that we've went through. So
Yeah.
it was really a deep, emotional experience. A lot harder to write, actually, because I think it's fun to write the light stuff, and
Yep.
then you're like, "Woo, this is great." And this was more like, oh, sometimes I'm like crying in the booth. I'm like,
Oh my God, you're like,
Yeah.
it drains you.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's, I can't even imagine. Now, is there an artist that you draw inspiration from, who you've always looked up to, or who
So
you
many.
admire? Or
There's so many.
Trying
It's
to
like,
emulate.
It's hard to decide. Like, is it Florence? Is it Bjork? Is it Billie Holiday? I mean,
Oh.
I think all of them. And Sade. Like,
Yes.
Oh,
there's
Sade.
just certain people that I just find so epic that I have to a roster. You know how you go through phases in life?
Yeah,
where you're like,
absolutely.
I'm feeling a whole Sade day. You know.
You are in your Sade era. You are
Yes.
in your Beyonce era.
Or you are in your Bjork era, where
There you
you're
go.
like driving and there's mountains and landscapes. So yeah, I think each artist, there's so many.
And who out of all of those would you most want to collaborate with?
You know, I think any of them, honestly. And there's a few artists that are a little on the off the cuff that I really love, like Arca. A lot of people don't know.
Okay.
An incredible transgender artist that is from, just so beautiful, the music. Those are and then Robot Conch. Like, there's people that create a lot of soundscape, epic music
love
that you
that.
hear in shows. You might not know their names a lot of times, but it's that kind of music that just paints a visual, emotional picture. Yeah.
That.
That's beautiful. It was such a pleasure to have you here and chat with you.
Thank you.
We'll come back when you release album number 3.
And when
Or
you bring Brett Girlfriend.
Yes. And when you and your husband release,
No pressure.
your show, your
pressure.
film, or all the above. Okay. Best of luck.
Oh,
Continued
thank
success,
you.
my friend. Hey,
Thank
and be
you
sure
so
to check out Love Letters now on iTunes, Bandcamp, and PersiaWhiteMusic.com. Persia, all the best. Thank
Thank you so much.